Hello everyone. Before we start today's video, if you could all do me a solid and lightly tap the like button, perhaps share the video about and leave a comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe as well. It would greatly help this channel. Thank you very much. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, subdates 22.1123.8. So I'm loving the mechanic in Pokemon where I actually don't have to do anything. Games like this that require minimal effort or no effort at all are 100% my favourite. It is a big win for laziness. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I couldn't help but notice with the news it's been quite quiet this week, hence why there was no video on Monday. So I've had a bit of a weird week starting wise, finishing other projects, but here we are. I have some topics. A bit like an exhibition of stupid people, may as well be to be honest, and I thought we'd start with this video.
So for me, gender is complicated because I would rather not be associated with it to the point where I would rather not be a human or even an animal. I would like to be an inanimate object. So I use its pronouns, but nobody uses them for me. I just have them in my bio. Nobody's comfortable with them. But I would like people to use them because that further removes me from the gender binary to the point where I am just an object. Just a piece of grass, if you will. So I would just like to not be a human being, let alone have a gender.
Tell me you're pretentious without telling me you're pretentious. Or a hipster or a douche. I want to be attention seeker. All of the above seem applicable to somebody who is so neurotic, so narcissistic that they have to try and be unique. This was a growing problem several years ago when people were identifying all the different genders and all the different sexualities. It came from Tumblr. There were so many of them, and it was quite frustrating to try for even an iota of a second understand any and all of the bollocks that was being espoused. To keep up with it, we must respect gender, we must respect pronouns, we must respect all forms of identity. What about those that want to be given human rights and treated equally to humans but don't identify as a human? Can we take away their rights because they themselves don't want to be identified as a human? Can we just take them away? Does that mean we get to beast them? Can we go hunting? Can I get the foxes ready? It's time for a little reversal. The fox is going to chase the non-human dog. I sure hope you have the stamina for it. We shall be, of course, consuming scotch. And if you're a cigar smoker, the fattest Cubans we can get our hands on. After supper, of course. Next, I want to talk about a couple of videos that didn't make it into last week's This Week at Twitter that I probably should have put into last week's This Week at Twitter, but I ran out of time to put it in last week's This Week at Twitter. Much like on a Megon 2 Electric Boogaloo where I had to cover Elon Musk, because I had to. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We're going to talk about Keffals. Now, Keffals is going through a state of delusion right now. Willie Mac has done a very good job covering all of it in 2 videos, and I'm going to give you the Cliff's Notes. Keffals failed to take down Kiwi Farms. There is no denying that. It is still up. She believes anyone that says that is a far-right reactionary who themselves can't take the L, because she won and has the dub. Even though a quick Google search, and you can type it into Google, you will find Kiwi Farms there, where they are reaping a yet again bountiful harvest over Keffals' denial. Keffals, as a consequence of this, is going through a bit of a slump. Mental health is not doing so well. And of course, I wish all people who suffer from many issues well. Not going to rib on that, it is something to point out because it is obvious. While humble bragging that Keffals doesn't have to pay taxes on the over £100,000 raised on GoFundMe, many people are starting to criticise, and yes, Keffals told us that she doesn't have to pay taxes on it, are starting to reach out, fans and haters alike, critics, all of them are critics at that point, who are saying that you really should give the money back because all you did was go into hiding and weaponize your audience in one of the biggest dick moves on the planet over one thing that was removed 30 minutes after it was posted by one person. You weaponized the internet and journalists who are on your side, because they always are when it comes to censorship, because they will use you to make themselves look like an authority over everything else to get what you wanted. And you failed. As a consequence for this, we've learnt some rather insightful bits of information, courtesy of you being drunk and sober. For example, with regards to sexuality, and I'm sure many have differing opinions on this, you said the following.
Am I a lesbian? I am bisexual. This means that I can only have sex with 2 people at the same time, but I cannot have sex with an individual person. It's not a choice to be gay or straight. It is a choice to be bisexual. And I choose to be bisexual so I can f*** your mom and dad at the same time. That's just facts.
And then you got drunk, and you started speaking about things more frankly. Now, I don't know if I can get away with playing the clip because of the music in the background, but I'm going to try. If it's not in the video beyond this point, I got a copyright claim.
Hello, Keffels. I'm a 3 months HRT trans girl. I'd just like to say you're my role model. Look, I'm proud of you, but you should pick a better role model. Like, for instance, SpongeBob, because like SpongeBob's never done anything wrong.
As you can see from this video, we're off to a cracking start from Keffels here. SpongeBob is a trans icon, a role model one must all aspire to be like. Grats?
That's, yeah. Am I okay? Am I okay? Am I okay? You want to say that again to my face, bitch?
I'm really hoping, begging in fact, that you drank like a white girl and this was like a single shot of something renowned for being super strong, like an apple sour.
There is no good... No, you don't win. Take it from me, kid. There's no way to win. Look, I'll be real. I'm depressed as f***, but I'm still here. I'm still here for some election coverage.
Ah, so that's the context. Drinking in celebration, no doubt. I assume you also were a big fan of the Red Wave. That's what it was called, right? Well, we are all known after all for getting a little crazy during election night. I myself joined my co-host Trupslup for a political recap debate stream. He got rat-arsed. It was quite funny. That was when Trump was against Biden, by the way. That was a while ago. We should do another one in 2 years' time.
The only good thing in life is abusing your... Okay, fine, I'm super disappointed. Good. Join the club. Step in the f***ing line. Hey, can you grab me the mic arm?
I've often found when on Twitch, one has to be very careful with what they choose to read out loud. Comments like that are exactly why. And if you're curious what she said at the end, it was, "Can you get me the mic arm?" which then led to her getting frustrated and, well, doing a BRB thing to go and get it herself. I would have loved to have seen that walk to go and get it. Mostly because of the white girl drunk thing. Something and a criticism I do have, not just about the points you make, but also the audio. Whatever that music was in the background, I don't know if it was because of your stream, you had it playing, but it was louder than you most of the time, making it very difficult for someone like myself to understand what you were saying. Now, as we have time for another subject, yes, we're going to do a little more. I could do a video, perhaps in the near future, on the SNP's failed attempt to get an independence referendum through the Supreme Court, who have ruled that it cannot happen without Rishi Sunak's permission. But instead we're going to talk about Chris Brown. The 2022 AMAs took place. One of the winners of the AMAs wasn't present, and they were summarily booed to high heaven just for having their name mentioned. This person is still incredibly popular and does really well when they release new music. They are actually quite well respected within their field, and people simp all over this person like there's no tomorrow. Somebody who was already famous before they decided to beat the crap out of Rihanna. They were rightfully pilloried and flayed by the court of public opinion, but the army of fans, they're always going to be there, to the point that every album Chris Brown has released since has still done insanely well in the charts. Not so much in the United Kingdom, but in the US, definitely. Apparently there is a blind eye towards what is and is not acceptable decorum. Or perhaps those same simps thought, upon the release of his next album, but it's okay, he learnt his lesson. Chris Brown won the Favourite Male R&B Artist Award. In his absence, Kelly Rowland accepted the award. Once he was announced the winner, a chorus of boos broke out. Kelly Rowland, though, decided to say, "Chill out," and then went on to compliment him on his contributions to music. I think one of the main reasons people take great issue with this is because he's still signed to a massive label. He is still promoted heavily. He is still given a platform. Now, he may well have said sorry, but the vast majority of people do not want to see him be celebrated ever. You can say you've gone to therapy. It won't be enough. You can say you've been to anger management classes. You can say that the apology has been accepted by the person you beat. It still won't be enough. It never is. Once you've shown that side of you where you will happily stoop that low, people are hard-pressed to find any sympathy or any congratulatory remarks to make towards you, because they don't want to champion you. They don't want your name up there. Kelly Rowland complimenting him for what he's done for music, he's only done that for music because he's still promoted by a massive label, and by others like yourself who willingly take things for him on his behalf, give him that platform. What's interesting is Chris Brown was actually meant to be there originally. He was going to perform a Michael Jackson tribute. Well, according to him. Whether that's true or not, I don't really care. But the event itself, his performance that is, was scrapped at the last minute. Maybe they should have done what other award ceremonies do. Ditch the gender ones entirely, and then just give the award to Adele or Taylor Swift.